Is that you that smells?
It smells good.
Ooh. Yeah, you smell like poop. I wanted to hold you, but you stink. No wonder you didn't want me to hold you. You smell like diarrhea. Welcome everybody to another Morning Musume Monday 2015 edition. It's like MoMusu Monday 15.
Oh.
We talked a while ago about wanting to do the album songs, and then time has just ticked away, and here we are in May. So we're going to be going from now until whenever we stop reviewing album songs, and we asked you guys to vote. So I took the ones that were most voted for and I put in personal preferences and tastes, and then I voted too. I conferred with our judge and we came up with a list of all of the songs that were voted for and the ones that we liked, and that we put them all in a list of songs. So all that to say, we have a big list of album songs we're going to be reviewing. Not all of them made the cut. That's just the way that goes. There's like 10 songs per album, and like not all of them are that great. So we are going to be starting with, I think, one of the most voted for. There were two of them that were voted like 4 or 5 times on. I don't remember how many responses we got, but almost everybody included Fantasy Hajimaru. This is one of my favorite songs that Morning Musume has done on an album, and I think it's the only successful one on the 11th album. Sorry about it.
Okay, and it's the only successful one.
I don't like many of the 11th album songs. I really don't. Some context for you.
Yes.
Junjun, Linlin, and Eddie were all scheduled to go away and disappear.
Voted off the island.
And they were going to be sent to Outcast Island, and there was nothing new that was going to happen. They already did Onoto Otoko no Lullaby Game. Junjun and Linlin had one line each, and there was really nothing to like send them away with. So they were already like mid-tour, and they released this album. And it was kind of like, here's some stuff with Junjun, Linlin, and Kame Eddie, and buy it, and feel like you were a part of the last album they were a part of. But they didn't perform any of these songs until the next concert date, which premiered the 9th generation. So these songs never got to even be heard with the generation that sang them. So for me, this is one of those albums that was just kind of rushed out because they were like, we need some last minute promotional things that we can afford to do something big for the 9th generation. There's a reason why they had those huge characters in Maji Desu Ka Ska, because they were able to pay for it using the sales money from this album. Basically what it was, a little La Bamba.
This song, I feel like I like this song by osmosis at this point. Like, it's not necessarily a song I would gravitate to, but Jeremy listens to it so damn much that I think it's just sort of like imprinted itself on my brain, and I like it by osmosis. And it also has a little bit of a gimmicky, shticky sound to it, as every song in the Platinum era tends to. But all that being said, I think the girls deliver some really excellent vocals on this song. I really like the mood of it. I like the disbursement of the lines.
I like that Sayumi got a prevalent role in this song. This is kind of that turning point where they were like, everybody's leaving and everybody else is gonna go soon. Either give the lines to Sayumi, because she's gonna stay the longest, she's already threatened not to leave for a long last time, or we give it to Aika, who we're trying to kick out of here somehow. We can't give it to Gaki because nobody really likes her. We can't give it to Ai-chan because she's going away soon. And she's already singing half of it anyways.
Going away.
So it's one of those things where they were like, Sayumi, here, have it. With some auto-tune. Some really heavy-handed auto-tune.
But you know what, it worked really well, and I really like the song. I think the lyrics are... I'll let you talk about the lyrics, because probably you have the same feelings I do about them. But overall, I like the song. I think it's a solid addition to the Morning Musume catalog, and I think Sunku didn't do too badly with this one. It does reek of Platinum era stickiness.
The lyrics do, but I feel like the sound is so different.
It sounds like a Platinum Era song. It's trying too hard, is what I'm getting at.
Do you guys agree? If you agree, tell us in the comments.
But yeah, that's just my opinion. It sounds like a tried and true Platinum Era song. The only differences that I see here are that Sunku did some interesting things with the vocals, having Ai-chan practice her opera.
She had a really cool sound at the very end of that, and I think it's like one of the coolest sounds that he's created in any of the music. It was just such a good use of her talent.
But that's part of what makes this. You know what Platinum Era sounds like to me?
What?
There are times, this is kind of a weird comparison, but there are times where the Platinum Era sound reminds me of Europop.
Okay, I can agree with that.
You know, there's strings and there's some instrumentals, but then there's like these weird synth sounds and the person's singing and then all of a sudden they're singing opera and like 5 octaves. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
It's that weird mesh of things that ought not to go together, and yet they force it to go together.
But it doesn't sound bad.
No, it doesn't sound bad. It just, to me, it sounds very hokey. It's a very, that's why I say like shtick. It's a shtick. It's a hokey sound. It doesn't sound like sophisticated music to me.
See, and I disagree on a level that I think this was the only well thought out song on the album. If we heard some of the other ones, they sound so tried and true. That's the phrase, right? They sound so like everything else that they had ever done. This was the only one that really stands out to me as something different.
I'm not saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying like it's not an overly. It's mostly most of the problem is in the sound design. It's not necessarily in Sunku's. Well, again, we'll get to Sunku's lyrics because they need a moment of their own. It's not necessarily in the vocals. It's not necessarily in the musicality of it. It's the sound production. It's the instrumentals that Sunku chooses to use here. It's just very hokey sounding to me. It doesn't sound like an intelligent adult album. Because I feel like Sunku had to have a gimmick with all of his songs for the Platinum Era. Like, this one is gonna be like a weird Russian chipmunk song. This one's gonna be an island fiesta. This one's gonna be... And this song to me was, this is gonna be a Eurovision 500.
Eurovision?
Euro pop. Isn't that what they call that festival? Isn't the Eurovision festival?
I don't know.
That big festival where all the Europeans get together and sing their songs to each other. And everybody's like, and all of Europe
make
is like...
it sound like Woodstock.
No, it's literally like this big, it's like the Grammys, except it's a giant concert that all of Europe puts on for each other. It's where Conchita Wurst sang her song, Rise! I like it. I'm not saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying Sunku went for a hokey sound design and production with this, and that is Europop.
I think that the song has a very self-consciously cool sound because I completely disagree with everything you said, and I think that it sounds so different from other things that they've done before, and I feel like the girls didn't know how to sing it, and I feel like because it was so rushed that they didn't have the right mood for it. Moving on to the final bit, which is the lyrics, I appreciate the Cinderella narrative that runs through this song.
It's really cute though. It's a weird, the lyrics are these weird conflicting things. One minute he's talking about, you know, how she longs for the feeling of childhood and remembrance of love's past and things aren't going...
Like a Christmas Carol.
It goes to Christmas past, present, and future. I don't know. Something with a
something
Christmas
about wings.
Carol, wings. That is the greatest line Sunku has ever written. Why do you chain me down? It hurts my wings.
This song, I feel like, acknowledges the fact that the lyrics are weird by the girl saying, sorry that I'm crazy. And I feel like that it acknowledges that they're just really crazy lyrics. Because it's very back and forth, like split personality, and I think that's why I like that there's half auto-tune and half not, because it's like it's
crazy
representing two different sides of the same story. And I'm reading into it, I know, but that is what I'm drawing from the use of auto-tune only with Sayu, and then not auto-tune with anybody else, and then that really just crazy vocal sound at the end of this song, that it just kind of acknowledges that there's this split between the lyrics, you know, this back and forth.
I would conjecture that there's always something a little split about Tsunku's lyrics.
I think that he just has a bunch of songs that he's written and lyrics, and then he just like he closes his eyes and he reaches into one pile, and then he closes his eyes and he reaches into another one, and he goes, this is the pile of inspiration and this is the pile of emotion. Smack them together and what do we got? Bippity boppity fantasy Hajimaru. You know?
Do you know what Tsunku's lyric process is?
What? You think he puts like he takes all his scripts and puts them in a word scrambler?
No, do you know what he does? Do you know those magnets you can get for the fridge that's just one word? And you just keep arranging the words until you make like a phrase or something? That's what Tsunku like. He just has a giant magnet board of words and phrases.
Love, namida,
yeah, and he does that. He grabs his go-to words. He's like, need a namida.
I've always kind of thought that it was like a dartboard. Like he just kind of throws darts at different words.
I think that's how he does his line distribution. Is the dartboard, and like all the different parts have like a girl's
money
face on it. No, they have the girl's face on it that he's gonna give the lyric to. So he throws the dart, but like the biggest ones are like Ai-chan, Reina. The ones on the very outskirts were Lin and Choo Choo.
And then Aika was like off in the corner.
And Aika wasn't even on the board. She was like a separate dartboard that catches the darts.
She's the one that catches the darts.
She's the catching thing. It's like, oh.
But overall, I really like this song. It's definitely one of my favorite album songs. And we will talk about a couple of the other ones later on in the list. There were a few like of my top ones that were voted for, and I was very proud of all of you. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Please tune in again next week for some more mediocre reviews of Morning Musume album songs.
Excuse you! We took like a multi-month hiatus. We came back and I did my damnedest to be interesting again.
You were very interesting.
I threw some technical terms in there.
A lot of you have been asking that we review the new songs.
Hi, baby.
And we're not going to do it because I don't like them. Sorry about it. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye!
Oh. The new A-sides?
I hated the new A-sides. I listened to them and I hated that they were just so cheap that they were like, well, Canon can't come in right now. So, we're gonna get the girl from Juice Juice to come in and stand in.
I was wondering why I haven't heard any Morning Musume singles in a while.
Because I did not like them. One of them, the title was like, An Adolescent Boy is Crying. And I'm like, this is the stupidest single title that anybody could have ever created. They were just so like, they made me angry. I'm still angry about them.